Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemistry and Biology Concepts HSTR 2022 Chemistry Class 2 Acid, Bases and Salt. In the previous class we have discussed about the acid, types of acid and the properties of a acid. So in the previous class I have forgot to explain the another type of acid that I will explain today itself. Depending upon the concentration of hydrogen ions, the acids are classified into two main types, that is strong acid and the weak acid. First one, strong acid. It is an acid which completely ionized in an aqueous solution. Example I have given here, HCl, hydrochloric acid ionizes completely into the hydrogen and chloride ions in the water. Yes. Example for strong acids are HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, HBr, hydrobromic acid, HNO3, nitric acid. This is the example for strong acid. Weak acid. Coming to the weak acid, it is an acid which partially dissociate into its ion in an aqueous solution or water. Example for that is acetic acid CH3COOH, H2C2O2, that is oxalic acid. So coming to the today's concept, that is about the base. The word base came into use in the year 1771 by a French chemist Louis Lemery. Louis Lemery. The word derived from a Latin word bassus, which means low. The oxides and hydroxides of metals are also bases. See here, the bases are the substance that can accept hydrogen ion in water and can neutralize an acid. This is the definition of the bases. Bases dissolves in water, they split up into the metal part and the hydroxyl group are called alkalis. For example, NaOH dissociate into Na++ OH minus ions. Example, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. All alkalis are base, but all bases are not alkali. Here you have doubt about the alkalis. Here I have given the definition and example for that alkalis. The base that dissolve in water are called alkalis. Example for that is sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. The base which do not dissolve in water are called non-alkalis. Example is aluminium hydroxide and copper hydroxide. Here comes the types of base. There are mainly 5 types of bases, that is weak base, strong base, super base, neutral base and a solid base. Coming to the weak base, there is a incomplete dissociation when in water. This base is weak when it dissociate incompletely in the water. Example for that is ammonia NH3. Strong base, it is a compound that complete dissociate into its ion in water. Example is KOH, potassium hydroxide, NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Third type is super base. The bases are better at deprotonation when compared to a strong acid. Example is sodium hydride, NaH. Neutral base, it is form a bond with a neutral acid, share an electron pair. Example for that neutral base is Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. Solid base, last fifth type of base is a solid base. It is active in a solid form. Example for that is silicon dioxide, sodium hydroxide mounted on alumina. Coming to the physical properties of a bases. First property is taste. Bases are bitter in taste. Example for this is a bitter gourd. Feel. How you are going to feel when you touch the base means soapy. Conductivity. Solutions of bases are very good conductor of heat, very good conductor of electricity. Corrosiveness means some bases are corrosive in nature. Example I have given here, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is the most corrosive base. For HSTR they are going to ask which is the more corrosive base. So what you have to write is sodium hydroxide, NaOH, and H2CO3, carbonic acid. H2CO3 is a chemical formula of carbonic acid. So carbonic acid is the least corrosive acid. So coming to the chemical properties of a base, first property is bases react with the acid. When base react with the acid, it forms a salt and water. Example, calcium hydroxide reacts with the H2SO4 sulfuric acid, give rise to calcium sulfate, that is salt, plus water. Second property are bases lose their basicity when mixed with the acid because these bases are neutralizes the acid. Base change the color of a litmus from red to blue. Uses of a base. So here comes the uses in that first one, sodium hydroxide NaOH, commonly called as caustic soda. Soda. In textiles, these sodium hydroxides are used in textiles, plastic and soap industries, and also to refine the petroleum, and used in the manufacture of rayon, medicine and paper. So this is the uses of sodium hydroxide. It is one of the base. Calcium hydroxide is commonly called as slaked lime, CaOH twice. It is used in whitewashing and also in the antidote for acid poisoning. It is used in the manufacture of bleaching powder, cement, mortar and fungicides, and also removing fur from animal skin. They are going to use calcium hydroxide, nothing but slaked lime. Coming third one is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. To remove ink from cloths and grease stains in the manufacture of fertilizers like ammonium nitrates, dyes, plastics and nylons, these ammonium hydroxide is going to be used. See, ammonium hydroxide is the only base that does not have a metal atom in it. Instead of it, it has a NH4 plus radical in it. Coming to the neutralization, when acid react with the base in a quantitatively to form salt and water as a product. Uses of neutralization means bee sting or acidic. Example for these neutralizations are bee sting are acidic in nature for that purpose and applying a baking powder, that is sodium carbonate, that neutralizes the acid that contained in the bee sting. Another one example uses neutralization is farmers mix lime, that is calcium oxide to the soil which is acidic to neutralize the soil to make it to fit to grow plants. Farmers use calcium oxide to neutralizes the soil that will fit for growing plants in it. So that's all today. I hope you guys understood the concept very well about the base properties and types of bases. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.